Welcome to another video from RealFixesRealFast.com. Now remember our name, we're going to show you real fixes. We're going to show them to you fast. That doesn't mean the fix is fast, but we're going to show it to you fast. This time we've got a Ford 01 E250 with a 4.2 engine. Now the complaint on this is it runs bad. The history is it's been running bad for a while. They took it to another shop. That shop did a few things, put some parts on it, didn't fix it. Took it to another shop, put a few more parts on it, didn't fix it. Now they brought it to us. So we have a little bit of an advantage of knowing what the other shops have already put on, so we don't have to check everything. But as you'll see when we're done, it goes right back to the basics. If we cover the basics in the first place, we'll found the problem right away. Now when it runs like a clear misfire, and we'll show you the codes, but we did have a code for a misfire, several other codes as well. Okay, we're going to turn it on and show you the symptoms. Starts and runs, does run a little rough. It's never been a complaint of a no start. But as we accelerate it, hear the misfire. Clearly got a misfire. And the first thing we like to do on a misfire is determine what type of misfire we're looking at, the type of an overall problem. The easiest thing to do is try and eliminate any kind of a mechanical problem first. We do that with a vacuum test. So let's go around to the front. Now we've got our vacuum gauge hooked into the brake booster, and you can see by the gauge we've got about 22-23 pounds of pressure, but the important thing is that needle is steady. It's not bouncing. That means the mechanical side of this engine is good. If this was bouncing, we could have probably a piston problem, a valve problem, any kind of a mechanical problem. With this vacuum gauge being steady, at this point I'm not going to pursue any kind of a mechanical problem until I've ruled out everything else. So the first step is determine whether or not you've got a mechanical or some other kind of a problem. Steady vacuum means at this point we're not going to pursue mechanical. Okay, here's our codes. 171, system lean on bank 1. 74, system lean on bank 2. 304, 5, and 6. We've got a 4, 5, and 6 misfire. So one bank is misfiring. So where do we go from here? Well, what we did, a common problem when you have banks 1 and 2, because something is affecting both sides of that engine. Yeah, we got a misfire on one side. And what this tells me is I've got two problems here. We looked at the mass airflow sensor, and the mass airflow sensor was very dirty, so we cleaned it, ran the engine again, and we got rid of codes 171 and 174, but we still had our misfire. Okay, after we cleaned the mass airflow sensor, we went back, cleared the codes, ran the engine again. You can see that we got rid of our bank 1 and 2 problem, and now we only have a 306, cylinder number 6 misfire. Remember, the mass airflow is going to affect both sides of the engine equally. Therefore, we had lean bank 1, lean bank 2. But a misfire on the other one was 4, 5, and 6, and now we only have it on 6. Now I'm using a Veris. I've used a Modus before. You may have a completely different scan tool. They maybe operate a little bit differently, but this is a Ford, so you're not going to find direct misfire data under the OEM side. You're going to have to go out of here. You're going to have to go down to generic side, go down to mode 6. Now in mode 6, we'll go to test ID 53 for the misfire data. And you can see here now we've got cylinders 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. This value is 0, 0, 0, 0, 0, and all of a sudden we got 10,722 on cylinder number 6. So this is confirming that cylinder 6 is our misfire problem. Fortunately, for our sake, in trying to make a video for you, then this being cylinder number 6, it's easy to get to. We can get our camera and light down here. If it weren't 6, you could do the same thing, but you may have to just reach in further. Remember, this is a snub-nosed van, so we've got the doghouse off. Now we've taken the spark plug wire off. One of the things the other shop did was put on brand new spark plugs and wires, so we're taking the wire off. We've got a inline spark tester on. Going to start the engine. See, we got our spark tester on. We got the spark at number 6. Going to put our spark plug wire back on. We know we got spark, we know we got compression, it starts and runs, we know we got good steady vacuum. So next we're going to do is check the injector. Over here again, we're kind of lucky. This injector number 6 is easy to get to. Hook up a Noid light. Start the engine. Okay, now you can see we've got computer command to that injector. The computer is telling the injector to fire, but is it firing? Is the injector any good? What do you think about an ohm test? Let's do an ohm test. Okay, we're on injector number 5 right now, and you can see on the ohm test we got 11.7. Okay, we're on injector number 6 right now. Go to the ohm meter, 11.4. So these ohms are about the same. You might assume here that it's good. Well, again, the ohm test is pretty unreliable. We're showing you this because it can be deceiving. We're not testing that injector under load. We need to check it when it is actually doing something. We know that the computer is commanding that injector on. The ohm test at this point we're going to ignore, and we're actually going to power that injector. Now we're using a power probe. When we take the harness off the injector, we just simply run the power probe across the injector, the negative and the positive, and we're going to command that injector on. We've got our fuel pressure gauge hooked up. When we turn the key on, then we're going to watch fuel pressure and see if it drops. Okay, the green light on our power probe tells us that we're connected okay. We're on both sides of the circuit. We're going to turn the key on, fuel pressure goes up. Now we're going to hit the power probe to red, and you notice the pressure did not drop. But now we're going to go to a good injector and show you the difference. Now we're on number 5, a good injector. We've got the key on, so our fuel pressure's up. Now we're going to hit the power probe, power that injector on, and you see fuel pressure drop dramatically. Let's go back to number 6. Okay, now we're back on number 6. Turn the key on, we get fuel pressure pumped up. Take the power probe and power that injector, and you don't see any drop in fuel pressure. That means that injector is not squirting fuel. Okay, so what do we know? The vacuum test tells us that the mechanical side of the engine is good. The spark tester tells us that the spark is good. The Noid light tells us that the computer is commanding that injector on. The fuel pressure test, drop test, tells us that that injector is not squirting. So we're going to put a new injector in it, reconfirm everything. Okay, we got the new fuel injector in. We'll start it up. Accelerate. One more misfire. At this point, we'll clear the codes, take it for a 2-trip test drive, make sure those codes don't come out. And we're all done.